9 money-saving hacks that cruise lines don't want you to know. Cruise lines don't make their biggest profits when you book. They make them after you step on board. In this video, you'll learn 9 money-saving cruise hacks that flip the pricing system against itself, and why 2 people on the same ship can pay thousands apart. Before you ever choose a ship, a cabin, or a destination, cruise lines have already influenced how much you'll spend without charging you a single extra dollar yet. The first number you see isn't meant to inform you. It's meant to lock you in. 1. The cruise fare is a decoy. That $499 cruise splashed across your screen isn't a deal. It's a doorway. Cruise pricing is engineered to anchor your brain on the lowest possible number, while the real costs quietly wait behind the curtain. Taxes, port fees, gratuities, and daily spending triggers. Once you've mentally committed, every add-on feels smaller by comparison. Here's the fix. Before you book, calculate the all-in cost per day, including mandatory fees. 2 cruises with the same sticker price can differ by hundreds. Low entry, high exit. Imagine 2 couples on the same ship, same week, same cabin type, yet one pays far more. The difference isn't luck, it's awareness. Cruise lines unbundle costs so guests underestimate the final bill, a tactic borrowed from airlines and resorts. Small charges feel harmless alone, but stack aggressively over time. Your move is simple. Treat the base fare as irrelevant. Only compare cruises using the final total divided by nights sailed. Math beats marketing. An experienced cruiser once put it bluntly, "The fare gets you on board. Everything else pays for the ship." That insight explains why cruise ads rarely mention daily costs. They don't want you thinking that way. When you reframe the purchase as a per-day expense, overpriced sailings reveal themselves instantly. Action step. Build a quick spreadsheet or note template before shopping. 5 minutes now can save hundreds later. Perspective changes price. Number 2. Itinerary matters more than the ship. Most people choose cruises like hotels, based on amenities. That's backwards. Where the ship goes determines port fees, fuel costs, and local taxes, often eclipsing differences between ships. A Caribbean loop can cost dramatically less than a Mediterranean one, even on the same vessel. Before falling in love with a ship, compare itineraries side by side and tally port-related charges. Ports decide prices. Here's a quiet truth. Some ports exist mainly to extract money from cruise passengers. High docking fees, mandatory local services, and excursion monopolies inflate costs without improving your experience. Cruise lines pass those charges straight to you, usually buried in fine print. The smarter play is flexibility. Slightly adjust dates or routes to avoid high-cost ports and keep more cash on board. Same cruise, lower drain. A veteran travel agent once noted that itineraries are the cruise industry's profit dial. When fuel prices rise or demand softens, routes change, not ships. Savvy cruisers watch seasonal repositioning cruises, where longer sailings cost less because ships need to move anyway. Your takeaway: let value pick the destination sometimes. You'll travel farther, longer, and cheaper. Distance discounts exist. Some of the most expensive decisions on a cruise feel like the smartest ones. They're marketed as stress-free, convenient, and worth it. Yet most passengers walk away having paid for things they barely used. This next one is the biggest example. Number 3. Packages are designed to be overbought. Unlimited sounds freeing until you do the math. Drink, Wi-Fi, and dining packages are priced, so the average guest never breaks even, yet feels smart for buying them. Cruise lines rely on vacation logic. I'll use it more because it's prepaid. Most people don't. Before buying, calculate a realistic daily usage, not an optimistic one. If the numbers feel close, the house usually wins. Convenience costs extra. Picture this. It's day 3 at sea and you skip the fancy coffee. That single choice quietly erases the value of your drink package, but psychologically, you'll still keep ordering to get your money's worth. That's sunk cost bias at work. Cruise lines know it well. The smarter tactic is delay. If packages can be purchased on board, wait 24 hours and track what you actually consume. Reality beats estimates. A hospitality analyst once explained that packages aren't about drinks. They're about predictability. Prepaid guests spend more freely elsewhere because they feel financially done. That's why packages often bundle items you barely use with ones you value highly. Action step: buy a la carte for the first day, then upgrade only if the math clearly favors you. Flexibility saves money. Number 4. Shore excursions are marked up on purpose. That glossy excursion brochure hides a quiet truth. You're paying for convenience, not quality. Cruise-sponsored tours are often identical to independent ones. Same buses, same guides, same routes, just priced higher for peace of mind. The premium isn't experience, it's perceived safety. Your move: research the port ahead of time and identify reputable local operators. Same tour, different bill. Cruise lines imply a subtle threat. If you're late, we'll leave you. What they don't emphasize is that many independent tours build return buffers specifically for cruise schedules. Local operators live or die by reviews. They can't afford mistakes. Book excursions that return at least 2 hours before departure and confirm ship time awareness. Buffer equals security. A frequent cruiser once joked that shore excursions are the cruise industry's gift shop, outside the ship. Margins are high because fear sells well. When you step outside that system with planning and time awareness, costs drop fast without increasing risk. Actionable takeaway: compare 3 options per port: ship, local, and self-guided before choosing. Choice creates savings. Once you click confirm, it feels like the deal is done. But behind the scenes, prices are still moving, cabins are still shifting, and opportunities are still opening, just not in ways the cruise line is eager to tell you about. Number 5. The cabin price is negotiable after you pay. Most people think booking locks the price. It doesn't. Cruise fares fluctuate constantly as cabins sell or don't. When prices drop, cruise lines won't notify you, even though they quietly honor repricing or upgrades if you ask. Silence is profitable. Your first move after booking is counterintuitive. Keep shopping the same cruise every week. Silence costs money. Picture this scenario. The ship isn't filling as expected. Instead of advertising a cheaper fare publicly, cruise lines quietly discount select cabin categories. Those savings are invisible unless you're watching. The system rewards attention, not loyalty. If you spot a lower price for your category, call immediately and request a reprice or onboard credit. Timing matters. Monitoring beats hoping. A seasoned cruiser once said, "The best deals appear after commitment." That's because demand data becomes clearer closer to sailing. Cruise lines adjust prices to balance occupancy, not fairness. Action step: set calendar reminders at 60, 45, and 30 days before departure to recheck prices. Commitment creates leverage. Number 6. Loyalty programs quietly lock you in. Status feels rewarding, but it's not free. Cruise loyalty programs train you to stop comparison shopping. Free drinks, priority boarding, and small perks mask a larger cost. Missed deals on competing lines. Before booking, compare at least 2 other cruise brands, even if you love your usual one. Status has a price. Imagine earning free perks by overpaying for years. That's the trade-off many cruisers unknowingly make. Loyalty benefits are often eclipsed by limited-time promotions available to anyone willing to switch brands. Your advantage comes from flexibility. Treat loyalty as a bonus, never a deciding factor. Freedom beats familiarity. A travel economist once explained loyalty programs simply, they reward predictability, not value. Cruise lines can plan better when they know you'll return regardless of price. The moment you shop around, leverage shifts back to you. Practical step: maintain accounts with multiple lines but chase value, not tiers. Choice creates power. If cruise ships feel designed to make spending feel effortless, that's not an accident. From where things are placed to when offers appear, there's a reason your wallet opens faster at sea than it does on land. Number 7. Onboard spending is engineered. Cruise ships aren't just floating resorts. They're behavioral laboratories. Every layout choice, lighting change, and announcement is designed to nudge spending upward, especially once you've mentally separated vacation money from real money. That's why your card replaces cash. Set a daily spending limit before boarding and track it nightly. Design drives spending. Notice how casinos sit midship, never near exits. It's not accidental. The goal is exposure, not entry. Even non-gamblers walk through, absorbing sounds and lights that normalize participation. The same psychology applies to pop-up sales and art auctions. Your defense is intention. Decide in advance which onboard experiences you'll skip entirely. Avoidance saves more than restraint. A former cruise retail manager once admitted, "Most purchases happen after guests say they're done spending." That's decision fatigue at work. After days of small choices, resistance drops. Cruise lines time sales late in the voyage for this reason. Action step. Schedule a no-spend day mid-cruise to reset your baseline. Rest restores control. Number 8. You're probably overbuying insurance. Cruise checkout screens make insurance feel mandatory. It isn't. Many travelers already have coverage through premium credit cards, employer benefits, or annual travel policies. Buying cruise insurance without checking duplicates protection. Before adding insurance, list what you already have and what it covers. Protection duplicated. Here's the subtle trick. Cruise insurance emphasizes rare disasters. Lost luggage, medical evacuation, missed ports. Fear accelerates decisions, especially when departure feels close. But most claims are small and already covered elsewhere. Your smarter move is targeted coverage. Ensure gaps, not scenarios. Precision beats panic. An insurance analyst once summarized cruise policies perfectly. They sell certainty, not probability. Cruise lines profit because guests overestimate risk under time pressure. When you slow the decision, costs drop without increasing exposure. Actionable takeaway. Review insurance at least a week before booking, not at checkout. Time lowers cost. Most money-saving advice ends when the vacation ends. But cruise lines know something that most passengers don't. What you do after the cruise can matter more than what you did during it. And almost nobody takes advantage of it. Number 9. The biggest savings happen after the cruise. Most cruisers stop paying attention the moment they disembark. That's a mistake. Missed ports, shortened stays, service failures, and billing errors all trigger compensation, if you ask. Cruise lines don't advertise this because unclaimed refunds boost profit. After sailing, review your folio line by line within 48 hours. Attention creates refunds. Imagine skipping a port due to weather. Many guests shrug and move on. Experienced cruisers document it. Cruise contracts often include partial refunds or future cruise credits for itinerary changes, even when they seem unavoidable. Your action step: politely email guest services with specifics, not emotion. Documentation beats frustration. Here's the overlooked advantage. Cruise lines track guest satisfaction long-term. A well-documented issue today influences future offers tomorrow. Discounts, onboard credits, and upgrade invitations quietly follow guests who provide clear, calm feedback. Practical habit. Keep notes during the cruise. Dates, cabin, issue, outcome. Memory creates money. Cruise lines aren't villains. They're optimized systems. They profit when guests stay passive and save when guests stay aware. Every tactic you learn today shifts leverage back to you without sacrificing enjoyment. This video is for informational purposes only. It is not professional travel, medical, or financial advice. Always consult qualified experts before making decisions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.